Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're racing on Gran Turismo 7 on Daily Race C, which is the Maggiore circuit in reverse, in full, with the GR2 cars. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this week's Daily Race C. I love these cars, they're super fast, and this circuit was really good actually. It's fast flowing, really technical corners. It brings up a little bit of unpredictability. I like the fact that we're racing flat out with tyre wear, and you still have to be a little bit aware of your strategy. So it was great fun. I qualified P5 for this race with the controller. I managed to set a reasonable lap time after a few attempts. I think in the end it was a 1:45.4, which was a reasonably quick lap time. I set it with the controller. It's a bit of a mix this week. I've been using both the controller and the Logitech G29 wheel that I have, my trusty G29. You can see here, just get pushed out wide from that French chap who, to be honest, in the previous race he did give me a bit of problem, but we can just see a replay of this. He just sends it up the inside and pushes me off, which is unfortunate and frustrating. It's always annoying when you qualify high up and you're trying to get good results and things like this happen, but it did cause a bit of a pile up here. As you can see behind me, loads of cars, and they're giving me flashes, want me to get out of the way. It's getting a bit crazy there. I'm using a different view, as you can see. Normally I use the hood cam, but I wanted to try a different view, and I felt that this was a pretty good view. It almost makes you feel like you're on a roller coaster, and I had better flow through the circuit, so it helped quite nicely. Give it a go if you know there's no harm. It could make you quicker around the track. But yeah, now in P8, I just wanted to set some decent lap times and try and work my way up the field. But as you can see behind me, I've got max power, and if any of you watch my previous videos, you know I've come across him before, and he's not the friendliest to drive. You can see here he gets really close in my rear view mirror. I was a little bit worried that he was going to hit me, so I'm just trying to build some distance between us. But then I see in my rear view mirror, and that's the other benefit of this camera, there seems to be an incident. I wasn't quite sure what happened until I reviewed it after the race. You can see here, so here he is behind me, and as I was saying, he's not the cleanest driver. You can see there he's going for me. He's trying to get my rear bumper. Didn't get it that time round. Comes through the last corner, and bam, into that very dangerous wall. And you can see he put someone else off, which caused him to spin. And watching this back, I mean, it was terrible. You can see here, it gets put off, spins round, and I couldn't help but laugh. But poor chap, he's facing the other way, tries to spin it back, heading the right direction. Then I think he just accepts his fate to go into the pits, and then he gets oh god, it's terrible. He gets sent to the main straight, and then he just quits. To be honest, I probably would have done the same thing. He must have been furious with that, no fault of his own. But yeah, that's all of that's going on behind me. But I'm just trying to see if I can work my way up the field. Like I said, this race was just not as chaotic as previous races, but like I said, there's always drama. You can see here, lap 4, the chap that hit me on the first lap spins out, which allowed me to make up another position. So I'm into P7 now on lap 5, behind the Portuguese chap, and heading into this really tricky corner. And somebody else has gone off. I'm hoping I can catch them up and see if I can make another position here, following this Portuguese chap. And there we go. We can see this Iceman. Not sure if it's Kimi Räikkönen himself, but he's going quite slowly. He's probably got some dirty tyres, and I forced it up the inside there because I didn't want to lose too much time on someone with maybe possibly wrecked bumper or damaged wheels. You can see here's a replay. Just so easy to just overdo it on the grass all the sandy areas there. So it's a very technical circuit. You have to be on it. Any lapse of concentration, and unfortunately you could be facing the other way. The issue was, though, now he was behind me, and he was a very fast driver, so I was a little bit concerned. I knew that he was probably going to catch up behind me within a few corners, and you can see here he's getting really, really close. I was thinking about how to play this, because it's heading towards the time where you're thinking about going into the pits, lap 5 on the medium tyre. So we dart into the pit lane here, made up a little bit of time on the guy in front. Like I said, so you can see here everyone's on a similar strategy. It's probably the quickest one to go from the mediums to the softs on lap number 5. It is probably the quickest way around the circuit, but yeah, he was very fast behind me, and I was getting a little bit worried because it was just a matter of time before he overtook me. Yeah, he was getting very, very close, but I managed to hold it together here on this first part of the lap. Going through these technical corners, you have to remember as well, because of the tyre wear, you can't always consistently take the same lines. You have to be mindful of the state of your tyres. It's not like a qualifying time trial where there's no tyre wear. You do have to be aware, otherwise that's what leads to these errors. So that's another reason why I like this race. It does force you to be fully switched on. And you can see the Iceman here getting super duper close, and my main focus was just hitting the apexes, getting the corners right, not overshooting it, and see how long I can keep him behind me. But you can see here on the beginning of lap 7 he was quite close, and I didn't want to fight him too hard. I thought I would just let him through. The other difficulty I had, because of the new camera I was using, or the new angle that I was using, I couldn't really tell how far cars were next to me, or how close they would be in front of me, which meant that you have to be a little bit careful. So I gave him extra room there, as you can see, but he had a penalty himself, 1.5 seconds, which meant that I could pass him again. But again, it would just be a similar situation where he catches up behind me. As you can see later on in the lap, he's right behind me again. So some people are just super duper fast, credit to them. I am striving to get to that level. I am almost there, I would say, at the A+ rank now. Just need to keep on it. Like I said, getting good consistency with the controller, and I was getting good consistency even with the G29. I am looking to switch to the DD. As you can see, Jack has also had a bit of a moment, which puts us up into P5. So it's been an okay race so far. As we look at the replay of Jack, that's exactly it. Just a little bit of the grass, and it can completely send you. So you have to have your wits about you. So we're in P8. We're in P5 rather, on lap 8, heading into the last corners, and my main aim was just to keep these fast guys behind me. Jack, Iceman's dropped a little bit further now, down into P8. Let's see if I can hold this position and maybe catch up to the Portuguese guy in front, who's been pretty consistent. But you can see here Jack getting really, really close. But in my rear view mirror now, the gap has opened up, so that's a problem. That's another thing to be mindful in this race as well, is the fact that if you're following another car in dirty air, it's very easy to get understeer, so be mindful. And it also causes more tyre wear, so you have to just, there's a lot to think about, which is another reason why I do like this race. So yeah, now heading into the last lap, and I'm just trying to see if I can catch up to these Portuguese guys, because the gap has slowly come down and I feel like I'm getting closer and closer. Now it's not going to be easy, because there's not that many good overtaking opportunities in the middle sector in those fast flowing areas. You have to be quite brave and courageous, and I didn't want to ruin both of our races. So over here I'm thinking, let me see how close I can get just for that final sector. You can see here I'm just edging closer and closer within the 1 second. Gone onto the grass a little bit there, luckily not too much of an issue. Into my least favourite corner, well, I really like the corner, but I'm just not very good at it. And getting really close on this straight over here. Heading into the fast sweeping corners. Got to be careful. Can easily mess up the race here. Try around the inside, no space. Let's see if I can go around the outside here. Bit of a tricky position, he forces me out wide. Hit the wall a little bit, luckily no structural damage. Around this also very tricky corner. Let's see if I can go around the outside. Closes the door. I don't have many opportunities now to get P4. He really hugs the inside, gives me no space whatsoever. I've got to send it around the outside. That's exactly what I do. Let's see if the car grips. It does. I've got the inside line here. I'm just going to hold it, hold the position, and he's gone out wide. Phew. Managed to get P4. It was a good race. It was a close race. Had some difficulty at the beginning, but I managed to recover. So it was good. It was good fun. It is, I think, GT have done well this week, and I wish they had more races like this because it's a lot more enjoyable. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. Drop a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.